Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, right into the action. It is map 1 Vertigo, the pick of badass. I'm Pineapple Phillips, joined by Boggs, and I don't think we mentioned the other two maps in this best of 3, but you just saw them in the top right corner. It's Nuke and Ancient, and a no-nonsense play towards B is the name of the game for Cryptic and crew as he takes point. The IGL finds one. A second is dinked and taken down, but the player on backup side is totally unexpected. Frankie, 3 to his name, and that leaves Brett the Lurk on a P250, no armor, and a 1v2, and they already know where he's coming from. Trying to find a headshot is Brett, but he has no HP, no Kevlar to save him. It has to be 2 clean kills now, and while he does find some tip damage on towards Dare, it's a lot to do still. Plenty of time, but no bomb, and again, no HP.
Yeah, he's about a 2-shot to USP with no armor, and they're not going to peek him now. They know what they have to do, which is hold their line, peek together, get the trade at the very least. Re-swing from Dare. Somehow Brett is still alive and just chunking them down. Finally, Dare puts the final nail in the coffin, and the pistol round is converted for Badass Gaming. And here's the thing, Nate. We saw so many pistol rounds go the way of the Glocks in our 4 matches yesterday and the day before.
Majority. I would say
Yes.
It's definitely skewed Glock for sure.
Heavy. But Wildcard were just mowed down. They got obliterated.
They sidestepped backside. The triple
Yeah.
stack was totally overlooked as a possibility.
You can't do that.
No. Shane has an MP5.
That's
Which is what I'm interested in, but the nade damage, as you just so clearly gave an exclamation for, is brutal. Cryptic Darty Slight. Very low. That nade's going to tag even more. And take one with it, actually. Snav finds one. Project 90 a second. Slight is not long for the world in this corner, and Cryptic is on a sliver of HP. They should find nothing. Okay, Cryptic. Ensures the caster's curse activates immediately with that kill, but that's all he'll find. Quick second for Badass Gaming, and now Rifle's on deck for Wildcard.
Rifles here against the SMGs, and Snav will probably go for one of those as well. Or Project 90 will be on the rifle, so Snav will get dropped the MP9. 2 M4s, an MP5, 2 MP9s, a considerable chunk of utility, which is a good thing considering how effective it was for Badass in the round prior. A little bit of stairs control being taken too. Shane up top with the MP5, but the M4 going close and personal is a bit of an interesting call. Nade finds nothing and he goes too deep to block out that, or dissipate that smoke, I should say. Frankie, though, a dangerous game. There's not really a refrag potential for Shane yet. As the smoke fades, Fresh, he spots and removes the first contact. They'd have to know Shane's here with that Molotov. Freshy, will he burn alive in that corner? I think he's fine.
Seems
a little
safe.
toasty.
I could use a warm-up right now as well. It's getting cold outside.
Yeah. Don't develop hypothermia on me, Nate.
Unless the brain's still working and the one-liners keep coming. Safe.
All right, good. Just if you feel sleepy, remember, don't fall asleep.
Just keep talking.
Yep.
My job. Laid
Should be
play
an easy
towards
B2.
B. It should be. There's nobody here. Should be as free can be, but you know, Wildcard do tend to overthink, and this flank could be very timely as well.
Bomb going down. The flank will not be as timely as what's been hoped for the CT side. And there's 4 players from Wildcard all the way down the stairs, ready for these players to walk on through. Might just be exits being played by Badass, and that's a good call considering they don't exactly have a lot of money with the utility purchases needed to try and stymie a push. You might as well save what you have and try again in the next round. Also, 5-man hold is not going to be unraveled. So,
Yeah.
GG go next. 2-1 the scoreline. No exits either, as all of Wildcard going the safe way. They had a probe from Brett, who lurked all the way in towards A, and Wildcard know where the safe exit is. All they needed was the one. The gun should be recoverable, though. That M4A1.
Bomb might have sent it flying.
Yeah.
But they can buy. It is unlucky, but Derek can drop the MP9 and pick up an op. Frankie could even Eventually buy an A1S for himself if he really wants it. They're actually going to stick with the SMGs. They're going to stay true to them. I can respect the call, but I am a little bit worried they might not have the stopping power required.
That's some good nade damage. That's why they wanted all those nades. Brett down to 53. Slow default from Wildcard in the early going. Dare on Ivy with the op in hand. Frankie over towards top of ramp. Nate, no more Michael Jackson peaks.
I've heard there was an update.
Patched it. Mm-hmm.
Well, you and I were in the trenches at work. They did indeed out a patch.
Yeah. That's a good molly.
Shane goes for a peek. Oh, it's an awkward duel again, but Darty's the one to finish it. Freshie again, the first point of contact, narrowly surviving this time around. Sly's going to make inroads elsewhere. Towards A, if I'm not mistaken. Just toying in that smoke. Get upside hall. There's nobody here. Having Project 90 getting aggressive towards middle. Trying to get some information. The op of Dare, though, is slinking towards side hall. Cryptic, if he swings this, he'll be met with a nasty bullet. Off angle for the MP9 does nothing. Darty should have a flank now on the op. It doesn't matter. Cryptic swings. Dare misses the shot or is caught looking. Project 90 and Snav, the last two remaining. Project 90 should be saving that gun for the following. Snav should be going for exits, maybe trying to get the op. But it's going to be a second for Wildcard as they swiftly tie it up. The op, I think Cryptic just threw it out of the map if I had to guess.
Probably. It's a good call, too. You're not going to use it on the T side, especially in CS2. And you don't want to let Badass have a chance of recovering that op. So it's a good job here from Wildcard. 2 straight rounds and 2 flawless ones at that. Great for the T economy. Badass saving. They're going to be able to buy up at least half rifles and drop that SMG from Snav onto Dare, probably. It won't be a terrible buy. It also won't be fantastic. But Wildcard are able to get these rounds started with a 1 opening pick. And then it kind of just scales forward, whether it's a save or the opposite site or the next couple players fall like dominoes without a response. Badass have not been able to do much aside from the pistol round and that anti-Glock. They have to figure out something fast, and if they don't get anything going out of this round, I think a timeout is going to have to be called in the next, because they are saving for the next round, which is a pretty solid call, all things considered.
Yes, it is, and the Deagles can be very, very potent in the right angle. Wildcard. Using their early round utility as they do. Double nade top ramp. Molotov towards side hall does lots of damage to Frankie. This Darty Freshie combo towards B stairs has worked wonders in the early round as well.
A lot of mid pressure here. Brett has to be very careful as he lurks his way through. Badass holding their nerve, though. They're not going hyper-aggressive. They're just playing their angles. They know Wildcard eventually have to push somewhere on the map. Very disciplined from them. Brett, I think he figures someone's close. But he's going to group up with his mates as they head towards A. Down the ladder, he drops, makes noise at the bottom. That could have been heard. He's going to stomp now, and that signal rotations over to the A side from Badass. Flash is going to telegraph this. Smokes as well. In goes the util. How many people are here to stop it? It's 3, make it 4 in a second. That's a good start from Freshie, though, holding out towards Ivy. Molotov is extinguished in the smoke. And smokes. Dare gets 2! What?
He must have some sort of lineup. He has to have some sort of lineup through the smoke to catch the players crossing the site. That is unreal from the Deagle, and that might just give the team an opportunity into it. 4 damage done to Brett. The Deagles, I mentioned they can be deadly, but I did not expect this from Dare. Frankie is low, sure, but numbers could simply win this out if they play their cards right. Project 90 has a kid as well. Brett, I like this off angle. Play it right. First secured, second spotted and tagged. Freshie finishes him off, but up for Project 90. Snipes down Brett. The last two remaining, playing far back as they should. Freshie 1, Project 90 stuck between 1 and 2. He'll get 1 before he falls, but can't win the round. Wildcard take it. That was an expensive round against what was a half buy, if that, from Badass Game.
Yeah, it was the saved rifles, then a couple pistols purchased up, and now they're going to get rifles up here. But Wildcard had those 2 flawlesses, so their economy is not too bad whatsoever. It's still pretty solid. Could have been better, but you can't really do anything when you get double 1 dig through a smoke. Sometimes you just got to tip your hat, and that's exactly what Wildcard will have to do. Full guns again from Badass, though. The op in the hands of Dare. M4s on everybody else. That's a chunky nade onto Dare. That'll chase him away. 60 damage. That is quite a bit of damage, and I don't know if Phil Swift is a solution to that one.
Tape can fix it. Project 90 getting a little bit too ahead of himself with the utility, thinking Brett didn't selflessly push all the way down off contact. Lots of damage done to Snav and Shane. Dare as well, as he mentioned, that nade taking 60 of his HP. But Brett has been taken down. Snav doubling up, grabbing that AK. Okay. 1 for 1 wasn't the best, but 2 for 1 is definitely ideal. Darty's not going to make inroads towards B, but does he expect to play close? The off angle is not respected. Cryptic will trade, but the advantage remains with Badass. They have 2 towards CT spawn, including Dare with the op in hand. Negotiate a crossing. Frankie totally unaccounted for. I had no idea it was on this flank. He'll find both with ease. The map is sometimes hard to follow on vertical maps.
Yeah, Vertigo really does make things hard to follow on the minimap, and even the little arrows don't exactly make it the most helpful. It's significantly more helpful to have the arrows than not, but still. Vertigo's a bit of a trip sometimes. That's a great flank from Frankie, though. Just playing the long con. Wildcard, not expecting that whatsoever. We weren't expecting that. If you caught that in chat, well, props to you. Dare flashed away, won't go for the aggressive peek, and Wildcard now back at 3 apiece. I'm curious, I don't remember if Wildcard started the CT or T side against Forsaken in their 1 CS2 Vertigo game. I'd like to know the answer there. Dare just gets caught in the open, though, and Cryptic's quick to flick around for the potential push from Ivy. Frankie elects not to go for it, hoping, at least betting that there was more than one person there. Does not win that one. Brett does go down on the entrance in towards B. Shane falls to Slight, though. Darty very low. Slight throwing some utility. Wildcard maintain the man advantage. Molotov into jump. Nade to follow up towards Green. Nade goes down. Doesn't do anything. Molly counters the plant. We will rest before everything explodes. Around the smoke, Freshie sprays down a pair. Up on top of triple he goes now, and Frankie will fall to Slight at the end. Bomb plant after the clock, just for extra money for Slight. But the lead goes back to Wildcard, and they only lost 1. They're starting to control things a little bit here on the T side.
It was a battle of attrition earlier on to tie things up, and then negotiate a lead, but now it seems that they are coming into their own. They did start CT as well. I just checked. Versus Forsaken, they started on the defense. They're clearly confident in this map, though. Wanted to pick, actually, excuse me, it's Badass. I picked it. So Wildcard wanted to start T side. Okay, the math's confusing me, but I have heard from people that they do feel the T side is the favored one.
Interesting.
In CS2 in general, not just on this map, but
yeah.
CS2 in general.
I can see that.
The multi-kills.
Because Peeker's advantage is just that strong.
The multi-kills, you're peeking as a unit on the T side. You know? Just kind of makes sense in that respect. Freshie harvesting stats. He's at 10 kills on this T side. He's looking for more as well. It's a stack towards B. Wildcard have been known to go B at this stage, but Cryptic lurking up A makes the wise call and sends the team back to the aforementioned site. There's 3 deagles standing between Wildcard and 5.
Can't count out the deagles, although Dare is dead. Wildcard have to be careful not to overthink this. Not a lot of time left. Is 30 seconds into the clock. They got to get that bomb down. Don't let the pistols cause chaos. They thrive in the close quarters combat. Deagle or no. Frankie down to 1. Only 1 kill there. Snav picks up a second? That's just extra damage. Icing on the 3 kills. Oh, this is now dangerous. This is now real dangerous. You cannot give this one away. Wildcard Snav. Can he do more? Spots the head. He delivers, reload, taps the bomb. 1 shot HP. Brett makes all the noise. Snav's waiting. Snav delivers. Has the time. Calling a 1v5 ace clutch. Snav has shut down Wildcard.
Technically, I think it was a 1v4, but regardless, I think the L spray is appropriate. Snav dumpstering all of Wildcard. 2 51-digs on the first pair, a third on the AK towards side hall, a fourth as he aggresses towards ramp holding an off angle, and a fifth with an auspicious jump onto sight box. Very well played. The timing accounted for expertly. And Badass Gaming steal away a tie at 4 apiece. They net themselves a very solid economic footing going into the next rifle round. Wildcard kind of just left it a loss with that one.
Yeah, Wildcard, just another hat tip, although this time they lost the round. Freshie also losing more than half of his HP, trying to push through a Molotov. Dare will get caught here, surely. Oh, never mind. Slack pre-fired. He would have had.
He saw the barrel.
Plate.
He did have him on a plate. I'm not sure.
He didn't.
It's hard to tell what. It's hard to tell what the X-ray in this game. It's harder in this game than it was in CSGO. Guardian Fresh, this combo towards B. They have forced Badass to respect the stairs control. Arctic 90 and Shane playing much further back. Minute left in the round. Wildcard have nothing much to show for it except a lot of damage onto Freshie.
Wildcard started CT side against Forsaken.
I did say that.
Okay.
Don't make me think I didn't. I swear I said it. I can't remember if they chose that map or not, but
I don't know. I'll check.
It's also an equally good question that I did not answer for myself. 3 players lined up. Okay. So it is a T-sided match across the board. A flurry of kills on both sides, but kills that firmly give Badass the advantage. A triple stack behind the smoke. And as it fades, sure, 2 of the 3 defenders fall, but they do more than enough to get across the line. 5-4, Badass steal away the lead. The economy of Wildcard is now left in a very awkward spot. Probably Tech 9's in armor if I had to guess. I would say if Wildcard don't win this round, which they probably won't, they should call a tactical timeout in the following.
That's a really good idea. They're just going to run down Shane. His Molly and nade not doing enough to stall this push. Wildcard pushing on through hell and high water. They continue on to the side. Cryptic gets the second before he roasts. Bomb not yet planted as it is down. Dares around the smoke and around the side, picking up 2, make it 3 on the spray. And there is that 6th in the board for Badass. Wildcard still on 4. And will they call a tack pause? 3 timeouts for each team for the entire game. So we have gone from MR15 to MR12, or 30-round games to 24. But no timeout shall come from Wildcard, Nate. They're going guns blazing again. This time AKs in hand across the board. Minimal utility on Darty, Brett, and Freshie. They're hunting early. Overwhelmed by a good flash and peek from Darty.
Solid start, but Wildcard need more. We've seen how these players at Rem can shut it down. Trades coming through. 3 versus 3. Slight has yet to make his way into the side hall either. Brett rotating around from his lurk. Will pick up bomb. I heard a tick of chat as well. Perhaps some BM going between the 2 teams. BM stands for banter moment. Things now enter a standstill. Badass playing passive towards A, waiting for the utility to confirm their suspicions. There's the utility. They're going to play retake. Brett will get the bomb to dirt, and that will start the timer. We've seen Brett play here before. Surely this angle is expected by Badass. They've seen it once.
Surely they know Brett's here, though. Surely Slight's just got to play the trade with Freshy there on the ramp. Yeah, they know where Brett is. He's just going to get spammed. Freshy needs to get something here. Slight makes contact from side hall. Freshy sprays down one. It's all up to him. He's stopped from Snav up top on box. I think Freshy was just trying to stop the bomb plant, or the bomb defuse, I should say. But he was nowhere near, and Snav up over top has the clear angle. It's 3 in a row. Actually, I think it's 4 in a row for Badass.
It's many. I think it was 4-4 before they took back the lead.
3-4 Deagle, or 1v4 ace clutch from Snav, and then 4-4, 7-4.
Man. Now Wildcard to try and just scrounge together what they can. They're lacking utility. Brett's on only a Galil. Air still has his op, and Snav 15 kills for himself. Talk about how hard multi-kills are in this game in CS2. He's making it look rather simple with the A1S spray.
He's gotten a lot of 1v1 duels too, in general, which has helped. There's a trade. Jane got 2 out of that. That's way more than he should have.
Yeah. Freshy steals away the advantage at least. That kill. Almost hit to go down though. Brett still has it on his back. Just wants to better solidify his teammate aggressively in that angle. Actually buys time for Slight. The flank is in. 1-2 secured. Wildcard do recover, but can they mount the comeback? We'll see after the break.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Well, it could have been so much better for Wildcard, but Snav decided to 1v4, ace it out on a half-buy round with a deagle, badass up to 7. Wildcard managed 5, and now they've managed to down the east side of Vertigo. Boggs, Pineapple Phillips on the call, Freshie with a 2-piece on the dual Beretta spam. That will give Wildcard at least some solace to get back into this round. Snav goes hunting, and he gets found by Darty. Just Project 90 and Dare left standing on the B side, but the bomb is ticking away. And I don't think there is a kit down unless Freshie had one of those. Dare, one and only one up close to the block. And what can Project 90 do from Box? Nothing. The fuse comes through, but the bomb plant is there as well. Will Badass force, or will they half-buy it? Only 2 kills, a half-buy, probably more prudent.
Definitely would be, but they could be hungry to ensure their lead remains theirs. They lose this next round, it will be a tied ball game yet again. That's exactly what the call is. Talk about Snav being the shining star for his team, but Freshie has tied him up in kills. Both at 15. Come the investment. It's rifle heavy for Wildcard, but even heavier for Badass Gaming. 4 Galils and a Deagle versus 3 M4s and 2 MP9s. I have noticed the MP9s can go toe-to-toe with the rifles more than you would expect in CS2. We'll have to see if that has an effect in this round, given Badass Gaming's investment. It's a slower one for the T side to start.
Yeah, the MP9s are dangerous, and I think that Badass are giving Wildcard a little bit of space because they're expecting that. The MP9's always been strong. I feel like it just got stronger. Which, I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing for the state of Counter-Strike. But there's bigger fish to fry, like economy. Valve have been putting up very consistent updates, so props to them for making all of those changes. This is now going to be an A play from Badass Gaming. 2 players up towards the IV angle. Slight will spam a little bit, and he'll just back away. 4-round burst. Ramp spam finds nothing. Badass are really spinning their wheels here. They're taking their sweet time. They're going to try and overwhelm the site. But there's still 3 players here from Wildcard. They're not going to be forced away because of a little bit of a fake. They're ready for this take. They're even calling Brett over too. The smokes are down, sure. Brett dodges that flash. He'll spam away and find the first. Dare does catch him over the edge of that smoke. Spam dissipating it a little bit, but Slight goes a hunting. Darty's ready to fly on through. MP9 in style. Bomb does come through the very least.
Good flash.
There's nothing good though. And, well, it's actually down to a 1v1. How did Dare get 2?
Maybe a bit of a lineup, a bit of luck, but Shane is not quick enough on the trigger. 7-7, Wildcard get the defuse. It's a full 10 secondary, but it's enough. Lots of economic damage taken, however, for this defense, as they'll have to try and scrounge together what they can. It'll probably be FAMASas or MP9s, honestly, for a majority of the crew. Slight can drop 1 rifle over. And this tight and contentious outcome of that round, combined with the bomb plant, will probably compel Badass Gaming back into a buy. Yes, it will. AK for Dare, 4 Galil surrounding. This buy became even more formidable for Badass Gaming. Luckily, Wildcard do at least have helmets to challenge the Galils.
The helmets are nice. Might keep some brains inside of skulls. And Darty combines with Slight for that first bit of damage out towards ramp. 8 damage onto Dare too. But Cryptic's found himself down to 8 HP. Not exactly an ideal start there for him, but still a man advantage for Wildcard in this 7-7 ball game. 6 rounds for each team to take the win. This jump peek from Slight's dangerous, so he does get the spot. Drops that flashbang. Goes back for more info. Badass are not going to fake this. They're just going to keep on walking. Wait. Slight's alone, Nate.
Say Wildcard aren't biting. They will rotate eventually after those steps are heard. 50 seconds left. Snav is already out though. I didn't realize that could have been a disastrous moment for Cryptic. He'll get away. 4 players still here. They're gonna commit. Wildcard do have the timely rotations. The issue is Shane smoke finds Slight. And now things get awkward. Shane is second on to Cryptic. Brett, I like this angle with the smoke. Masquerades everything he was trying to do. One might just work. Brett through, finds 1, finds 2. Darty the bomb planter. It's just Shane alone. As the smoke fades, Brett swings. 8-7. Wildcard secure this one, and they make it far more convincing as well. No bomb plant allowed. 3 players survive, and the collapse into the ace site does pay off for the defense.
Yeah, it's a hectic fight around the smoke, but a bit of gambling from Brett works out in his favor. Darty follows up with an MP9 push through the very same smoke. And Wildcard rob Badass of what was looking like a very good round for him. Sometimes you have to take a gamble. It worked out well for the CTs in that regard. Pistols out in half five for Badass now as they look to run up ramp. Slight already picking up 1. Darty 2, almost a third on the round, but he's blinded. Cryptic will chime in. Frankie responds with 1 deagle kill. But it's going to be a mop-up job here for Wildcard in the end. Slight even opting for the sidearm here. HE out and down. Lands in front, but the USP will not be the one to bring him down. That picks up a second here. That's economic damage that Wildcard really can't soak up. But they do win the 9th round nonetheless. Badass no bomb plant, still have plenty of money to buy.
My biggest question is, does Freshie drop an op? Nope. And there's the answer immediately. He buys utility. We have seen Dare. Okay. I was say we have seen Dare opt for the op a couple times on CT side. I was wondering if it was going to come through on the T. We mentioned it's kind of unwieldy, but we will see it in his hands now. Round number 17. Wildcard beginning to build their lead. 9-7, looking for a 10th. Pressure's on. Lots of money invested for Badass Gaming. If they don't get a bomb plant at minimum, it's going to be awkward. Cryptic. MP9 in hand, aggressive with Darty in the backlines and Slight. His nade. Nade thrown in. 1 for 1 though. Frankie finds Cryptic. Darty doubling down. Dare drops Dare drops Slight, excuse me, and Project 90 drops Darty. A flurry of frags. Obfuscates the exact outcome of it, but one thing's for certain, Badass have emerged with the advantage. Wildcard, I like the changeup, but execution a little bit less than ideal. Freshie and Brett, the last 2 remaining, 1 hiding at sandbags, 1 kind of passively holding middle and also listening for steps B.
That one over towards B is Freshie, and he is going to be the one tested. All 3 remaining Badass players moving into Freshie's position. He only has a flash. Brett of watch and smoke. If Freshie can get 1 and at least buy time, this is winnable for Wildcard. If Freshie gets 2, it's very winnable. If Freshie goes down looking, strike 3 called, it's going to be a save for Brett, surely. Freshie mollied, drops that smoke. Maybe. Yeah, they know he's here. Nade onto his position. That'll chunk him down and through the smoke. Snav finds him. Brett is going to go for something. Dare expects it. First round on the board on the T side for Badass. They draw within 1. The money is awkward for Wildcard. A half buy probably going to be coming forth here from the CTs. Timeout would not be a bad call either.
Wouldn't be. Talk it out, drop some pistols. Talking mainly to Freshie on that one. Slight can go for an MP9.
Come on, Freshward. Drop some pistols. Don't be selfish.
Fresh, he did. Cryptic got a... Oh, no. Cryptic bought himself pistols. Yep. Maybe Freshie's saving for the op. I'm not exactly sure.
Possibly.
Boost coming in
Wow.
for the MP9. A triple boost. I like this. Yeah. It's not going to work out, I don't think, because no one's really here, but...
They could go late.
They could.
And actually, they're congregating.
This could be interesting. We'll see how long Slight holds his nerve. This zany angle is surely unexpected.
No reason not to hold. They're not looking. They're not looking. How many does he let run by?
He can't turn, though. That's the thing. Oh! Snab 2, tags the 3rd, and what looked so cool is now Cryptic caught looking the wrong direction. Too worried about the player's ramp. Last remaining are Freshie and Brett. 1 P250 between them. What can they do? There's probably not a lot.
So Snav has seen that before.
I don't know where Freshie is.
He's ran up the stairs. I mean,
He is, but
stairs.
the map is definitely confusing me. A lot.
He's probably like smack dab in the middle of the stairwell.
That's what I'm thinking, because he's hovering in nothingness, according to the map.
He's just standing on air.
Yeah, literally.
He's a wizard. Well, Nate, the dark side is said to be a window to powers some may consider unnatural.
Sure, you think Freshie's a Sith Lord?
Might be.
Lore's been updated.
This is a good tech. They need to figure this out here before things get ugly, because we're 4 rounds away from a winner if somebody wins 4 in a row. This 13 is going to take some getting used to for the players too, but Wildcard are well aware of it, having a decent amount of experience in CS2 at this point in time. Op for Slight, that was a primary goal. Cryptic will get utility.
Cryptic surely gets utility and armor. There we go. The op was the big question mark to me. Let's see how we can fare with it. Slight's had an okay map for himself at 12 kills, but we haven't seen the big green, and that's his role on the team.
Mm-hmm.
We have seen Dare have some success with his own as well.
I love the fact he can spin the bomb around.
Every date as well. Shane aggressive towards B. Freshie, though, through the smoke, and while blind, drops Frankie. That is a big opening to find, and an opening that goes unanswered. Brett in middle by the timing out, catches a snav, won't over-aggress either.
Good.
And Wildcard calculated aggression paying off. The timeout as well. Paying dividends already.
Boosting up is Brett, and he might have gotten spotted. Doesn't matter. He drops down for the AK. Nate finds Freshie at long last, but the counter Molotov to stall out. A push comes through from Brett. Rotations are here. Slide as well on that off. 8 HP, 18 for Brett. Cryptic and Darty really have to do the heavy lifting. All 4 remaining players are here. The bomb is elsewhere down in lower mid. Slight legs Dare or wall bangs him. Either way, Dare wins the fight. Eats a little bit more nade damage, but he's still alive and kicking. 3v2 now, make it a 3v1. Dare finally falls, leaving Shane to recover the bomb and go to what is a wide open ace site. But how long will it be open? Because surely Wildcard will realize, hey, there's no noise here. Maybe we should send a probe back to the ace side of things. And Darty's going to be the one to do that. Brett and Cryptic will buddy up here, especially since Brett is 1 HP, essentially. It's a good idea to keep him here. Nice shot from Shane, but he's not going to expect Cryptic. He's just going to run into sight.
Yes, he is. Cryptic grabs the op as well for Slight. Smart call. Wildcard tenuously negotiate a lead once more, 10-9. And they do prevent a bomb plant, which means Badass Gaming's economy is not as good as it could have been. They do have enough saved up in the coffers, though. Investment coming through, full AKs, the op, all the bells and whistles. Wildcard will be hurting a little bit more, and this is a swing round. Both teams kind of teetering on the edge. Dare and Shane below a grand. So is everyone on Wildcard.
Yeah, it's a pretty critical swing round considering how late into the game we are, too. The winner of this round could pretty much decide who wins the map. And considering this is the pick of Badass, you almost have to say they have to win it. Especially given the fact that Wildcard do come in here as favorites. Untarnished record in Season 46 of ECL. Slight needs to get on the board with the op here. Dare will be the first to peek. Will he be caught by Darty? Will he be caught by Slight? Flash comes in. Slight holding. Loses that fight. Did Slight even take a shot? I don't think he did.
No, it was a very, very slight angle. No pun intended. I don't even think I saw Slight on Dare's screen. Very well placed shot from him. Showing us the op can really succeed on this T side of Vertigo.
Give me junior vibes.
He is. It's not as aggressive and in your face, but it's still definitely aggressive. Frankie just walking into A. Might have one towards elevators. Already Waiting for a flash, looks the wrong direction. Frankie beheads him, and this might just be a save for Wildcard at this stage. 3 versus 5. They have good utility. They have rifles. It would behoove them to bring these into the following, given their economic situation.
I think that Darty turned away thinking that smoke was a flashbang.
Yeah, that's what I think happened as well.
That's unlucky. Now, will Wildcard get any exits? Because Frankie and Snav are making their way downtown in towards T-spawn. Cryptic and Fresh are here. Brett is as well. Project 90 is 1 HP. Snav is in, and Snav is... Oh, neither player dies, and I think that's more of a blessing for Wildcard. Because Snav's been crispy with it. He's not able to take a shot. Dangerous time for Wildcard now as the swing goes the way of their opposition, and they can't really buy up around these rifles. Freshie can drop a FAMAS, but he'll go without utility. Brett can drop an MP9, but the same fate awaits him. It's not good at all for the CT side. They needed an opener. They needed to not lose their op on that first bit. Now, what's the call? Because either you rest everything on the shoulders of these 3 saved guns, but you still won't exactly have a strong buy in the next because you're on minimal loss bonus, or you go all in and pretty much give Badass 12 and a likely 13th.
All in is the answer. The MP9s are scary. I stand with Darty and Slide on this one.
I do too. I think you have to go for it here. It's 4th and 1. You might be on your own 40-yard line, but you kind of have to go for it. Time is late. It's 2-minute warning. And Wildcard. It's Thursday night ECL. Got to find a way to make it down to the end zone. Good nade damage on the snav.
It's Thursday. It feels like Tuesday.
Yeah, because we're usually on Tuesdays, but we had Tuesday and Wednesday Yun Shopping North American closed qualies.
Now Thursday, Friday ECL. It's crazy.
Yeah. So we got Thursday night ACL and Friday night lights.
My whole schedule, my whole inner rhythm is gone to this.
And then next week, Thursday, Friday, we have the South American Yan Choping closed qualifiers.
And then like a week later, more South American qualifiers. There's a lot going on in Counter-Strike right now. There was a lull as everybody was waiting for CS2, and now that it's happened, everybody's jumping on every opportunity to run qualifiers, matches, tournaments, everything.
Yeah, I mean, Frag already sold out, too.
They sold out immediately, too.
Yeah.
Shane's got a lot of control. It's a full-on hands-off B setup. They're actually just holding middle, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. It's not a bad site to retake, though.
That's not terrible. But against full rifles and an op for Dare, it's going to be very annoying. Utility damage, though.
Never mind. Yeah. I thought that nade from Shane was going to do a lot more.
Good flex. Ooh, Dare blind finds one. Brett, though, trades. That's the op taken down. A big X factor in the round and dispatched. 1 for 1 is okay. Still a lot more to do. Not a lot of time to do it. Flashes by lots of time for Badass Gaming. Wildcard finally spill in. One on the flank. 3 from CT spawn. Shane combines fire for the first. Brett, a good trade. Freshie spamming out of straight desperation, and he finds nothing. Brett on the flank taken down. The last is Freshie, and he finds nothing. Badass Gaming win the round. Good read to find that empty B bomb site. Op recovered as well. Just 2 now to a 13-10 victory on their own map pick.
And probably 1 because it's just USPs for Wildcard, the good old-fashioned USPs. Maybe a P250 for Brett. He'll go for a Deagle instead. Slight can also join the party. Cryptic on the dualies. P250 for Slight. No util. And no death ball either for Wildcard. Brett holding out towards middle, spotted and removed. Project 98, a nice little headshot there. That's the Deagle gone. Now, Wildcard, without their, if you can even call it ace in the hole, 12, all but secured for Badass here. Wildcard have to be kicking themselves for that T start.
Yes, they do. Dualies and the P250 are all the Wildcard brought into this round. Mark crossed. Shane takes down Slight. That is the P250 gone. Now play into A. There are two at the side hall that could sow some chaos, but a lot of work for one set of dualies to do. Never mind, it's taken down. Last alive is Freshy. He's slowed down markedly since the first half. He had 15 at the end of the pistol round in the second half, and now he's at 17. Kind of tells you where he's at.
Nobody's joined him, though. Nobody's caught up to him. It was Freshy doing all the heavy lifting in the first half, and he needed help. The help hasn't been there. Meanwhile, Dare's had his moments. Snav's been crispy. Frankie, Project 90, and Shane have all had impact. Badass have gotten the contributions from up and down the lineup. And that's why they've been able to grind out some of these rounds. Freshy, one little paltry kill. Not even a Pyrrhic victory, just inconsequential. And this buy for Wildcard will be sans the op. Rifles across the board, M4A1s from the looks of things. And map point. Not series point, folks, just map point for Badass. It's a best of 3. We still have Nuke and Ancient if we get that far. Vertigo's not over yet technically either. By golly, does it seem likely that Badass can take it here.
Feels like the momentum is in their favor. The opping has simply been better from the T side as well for Dare. Freshy, I like the gumption to go for the aggression despite being down by 2 rounds, but 1 for 1 is less than ideal. Badass, yeah, they have been rather evenly spread in terms of kills. Sure, they have Snav at the top at 20, but 14, 13, 16, 13 is quite a decent spread, all things considered, for the remaining 4/5 of this attacking side. Brett still holding aggressively towards B as well. Going to throw a flash, perhaps. Yeah. Oh, Molotov off of contact. Forces them back. Rather risky on the fight, but will survive. 50 seconds left or thereabouts. Badass still haven't made a final decision.
They're rotating back to A, but Darty's made his way the opposite way. There is a flank from Slight, though. This is a lot of information. Surely Darty goes back to A now, knowing that Darty, or rather Slight, is on the flank. You've got to get an extra player over towards A. Now the rotations are going to come through. Perhaps too belated. 27 seconds utility flying in. Slight, that's a huge opening. He is low, but that is massive. Man advantage rotations coming through. Slight still on that flank, but they know he's there. Running back towards B he is, as the bomb goes down on the A side proper. Retake utility, a nade, a Molotov for Slight. He is again on that flank, but he's made his way through CT. Time, about a quarter of the way gone. Frankie, 32 HP, very low. Nades have to be perfect. Molly sandbags, nade out. Does it connect? Slight toss the nade. Slight toss the nade, buddy. You gotta go for it. Frankie's got 1. He takes a lot of damage. So does Snav, and Brett finally gets a trade back. Slight on the off. All down to Project 90. In the fire. In the flames. He goes down. It's a 1G. And I think
Do they have time?
there's enough time. I don't think. No. It's over.
There's no way. Project 90 takes the round by virtue of preventing a defuse. Badass Gaming take their own map pick 13-10. And the biggest takeaway from this for me, Boggs, is that they have broken Wildcard's undefeated map streak thus far in ECL.